how serious is this that the Postal Service might get into Bitcoin?
I know, Betty, it sounds really strange, doesn't it? You don't think of the Postal Service and Bitcoin or virtual currency in the same sentence. But this is something that they're really looking at. So they had an online forum on this last week. The researchers, this is at the Inspector General's office now, the researchers there are going to be working on a white paper. They're going to start that in the next few months. And all of this is really part of their push to get more involved in financial services. So you may not realize it, but the Postal Service already is involved with things like money orders, money transfers, prepaid debit cards, things like that. So this would really be the next frontier for them. And some of the reasons they think they're positioned to do this, they've got a brand that people trust. They've got nationwide reach, so they've got 36,000 different brick and mortar offices that people would be able to walk in, buy their Bitcoins, get Bitcoins loaded onto their phone, and potentially even withdraw some of those Bitcoins. They also have a money transfer license, and those are pretty coveted and difficult for startups to get, so that would give them an edge. Betty?
Megan, what about regulation here?
Yeah, there could be a lot of concerns about potential regulation, especially with what we've seen transpiring in New York. But keep in mind, Betty, this would have to go through a lot of internal hurdles. So we're talking about a few years out. They're hoping, the researchers are hoping, that at that point there will be harmonization, that there will be federal regulations on the books, not a patchwork of different state laws. And of course, that's going to be important for the future of Bitcoin as well, how that plays out.
And Megan, look, the Postal Service is running into its own financial problems. So how much money could they make from doing this?
It's really hard to say. The researchers at this point are just getting going on this. They don't know. And, you know, even economists that have looked at this have said at this point, not much. I mean, Bitcoin is not adopted throughout the country at this point, but if it were, there is some potential there. The other issue with Bitcoin, of course, people don't want to pay fees. That's one of the attractive things about Bitcoin. So the researchers are going to have to look into whether people will pay for an extra service that the Postal Service would be providing.